I know when I post
You know, the
something, the only
Microsoft
ones
Teams
that
that we
react
get
to
on,
the emoji are Bree and
you get
sometimes Lauren and always Brianna.
Oh,
no,
join the meeting.
huh?
Join the meeting.
Showing the meeting? No, no, no. Like, you know, the Teams where we get messages. Is yours on?
Yeah, sure.
Oh, I turned mine on.
Okay, I know that we're on a short
You can do
schedule
it
at
because that
11:03
is
where I
only
am,
on
but
when you're
I
working.
don't agree with you guys
When
are.
you're not
I just
working,
turned it off.
Thank you guys. Thank you.
Well, because
And
Brooke
you're
replied
home.
that you need it,
Yes,
so I
nice
got
and
it.
crowded. I know some people still have lunches to take, so we will definitely be efficient
do that.
and
But
so you
they
guys
only
can go
have it
ahead
on
and do that. You
schedule.
ready to get started, Natalia?
How do you do that?
Yeah, so Brianna's gonna kick off the meeting.
I'll
We're
have
gonna
my
watch an
phone.
11-minute video with my voice on it, and then I'll take questions at the end. So the reason we're here is to kick off the new employee handbook. So go, Brianna, you can start your meeting.
Okay, so I just want to say, just as Natalia mentioned, the purpose is to highlight some of the changes that we've made to the handbook. And the intention of going through and highlighting some of these changes is so that we can properly manage everyone's expectations. And we just want to make sure that you all know what the company expects of you so that everyone can show up to work and perform their job safely and without any worry or concerns. So with that being said, here we go. I'll share my screen in the
Okay, I'll go off camera during the show.
Hi, my name is Natalia Reland. I'm Dream Harvest's Vice President of Human Resources, and I'm here to present information about our new employee handbook, which applies for all of us. It's effective beginning April 1st, 2023. You can consider this presentation a little trailer, and you'll read more about all of the detail when you receive the handbook for your signature later. How will we feed a growing population on a planet with rapidly diminishing resources? At Dream Harvest, we're out to solve the world's big food challenge by building the next generation of smart technology, sustainable farms, growing fresh, safe produce in the communities we serve. That's our statement of purpose, and we need everyone engaged to solve the world's big food challenge. It's become too dire not to be engaged. There's no business to be done on a hungry planet, so we are in business to build farms to feed the people on planet Earth. Each of us is challenged to figure out how this purpose impacts the jobs we do every day. So, Dream Harvest Farming Company is in business to feed a growing population on a planet with rapidly diminishing resources. Staying true to our core values helps us create a company that we are proud to work for. Together, we will build the right farm, and we will delight Texas, and that's how we will help solve the world's biggest food challenge. What gives Dream Harvest the best chance of success, not just this year, but for the future of our communities and our planet? When we value what we value, that's how we build our culture. We particularly value these core values which help us make wise decisions despite ambiguity. Stay true, own it, drive our impact, be kind, think on your feet. What do these core values look like in action? Our integrity is non-negotiable. We learn rapidly and eagerly. We listen well so that we can understand. We accomplish amazing amounts of important work. We discover solutions to hard problems. We speak up with courage, and we inspire others. We treat each other with kindness, dignity, and inclusion. We think on our feet with curiosity, and we create excitement for our business. This handbook gives us context for our work and the decisions we make while we're at work. It gives us context, but not control. It tells you what you can expect from the company and what the company expects of you. Our culture gives us freedom and responsibility. so that we can perform at a high level, so that we are highly aligned, and we make good choices, and we get beautiful work done. Our great workplace includes amazing coworkers, where we work hard at the farm and we work hard remotely. In order to achieve our must-win goals, we need to self-motivate, self-discipline, and act like leaders at every level. We don't say things like, "That's not my job," and we don't wait to be told what to do. To grow together, we don't need policies for everything, but we need some guardrails to act in Dream Harvest's best interest. As dreamers, we must agree that by growing better together, by building the right farm, and by delighting Texas, our future will be bright. These are the big 3 legal frameworks you'll read about in the Employee Handbook. At Dream Harvest, we ignite the connection between what we do and how we do it. We treat each other with kindness and respect, and we do what we can to celebrate our differences and provide every employee with the resources and support they need to thrive and succeed. Dream Harvest is an equal opportunity employer, and we commit that the employment decisions for all applicants and employees will be based on qualifications and competence. We are committed to providing equal employment opportunities to all persons without regard to the person's race, color, religion, sex, sexual orientation, gender identity, gender expression, pregnancy, childbirth, breastfeeding, medical condition, political activity or affiliation, marital status, registered domestic partner status, national origin, ancestry, age, genetic information, disability or veteran status, or any other class or status protected by applicable laws. That is a long but important list. Dream Harvest does not tolerate any form of discrimination or harassment of our employees based on any of the characteristics already mentioned, not by coworkers, managers, customers, suppliers, independent contractors, or vendors. Read the policy in the handbook to know what behaviors are not okay at work. Our code of conduct and code of ethics are inclusive and outline what is expected of everyone at every level. Our performance review process is based on a circle of feedback and a focus on the future. The process is interactive and fueled by you and your manager. It's not a one and done conversation. While it should take place at least once a year, in order to grow, you'll need to have regular conversations about your future. Make time for it. We aim to provide a safe and healthy workplace for all of us. We care about your wellness. We have policies prohibiting the use and distribution of drugs and alcohol at work. We have designated smoking places and help for those who want to quit. Above all, don't come to work under the influence of anything. Come to work fit to do your job. Our farms are smart farms, and we use technology in increasing ways at work. Watch for Dream Harvest's increasing presence on social media. Give our sites likes and shares if you want to. Remember, all of us are brand ambassadors. We deal with confidential and sensitive information about our operations and our customers. Everyone's expected to keep this information secure in the company. Only 19% of workers generally use their company's mental health care benefits in 2022. Our healthcare plan has an employee assistance program available confidentially at no cost, 24/7, at the phone number you see on the screen. The services are completely confidential and will not be shared with your employer. You'll see this phone number and this information scattered throughout the handbook. We encourage you to use it or your dependents to use it if you're in the plan if you need it. At-will employment protects you and Dream Harvest by giving us no-fault freedom to part ways if needed. It's a uniquely American concept because traditionally we don't have employment contracts. It's based on a trusting work culture where we work together while we're a good working match. Dream Harvest will make reasonable accommodations for qualified individuals with known disabilities in compliance with all federal and state laws, unless making the accommodations would result in undue hardship. We are paid every 2 weeks, mostly via direct deposit. If you are an hourly employee, we are legally obligated to pay you for all of the time that you work. That means you must clock in at the beginning and end of your workday and at the beginning and end of your meal break. Clock in, clock out. Employees will be reimbursed for allowable business expenses. This includes mileage or actual travel expenses and approved business purchases. Make good choices. Ask for an okay if you're in doubt before a purchase. Expense reports must be submitted timely. Rule about taking time off is that you should do it. But you have to plan ahead so that we can plan ahead. Ask your manager how far in advance you need to request time off. If you're sick, your vacation time or PTO will cover it if you have it. If you're sick for 3 or more days, talk to HR so that we can discuss possible options. Salaried employees use the Responsible Vacation Time program. Hourly employees earn paid time off as they work. Both programs require manager approval for time off. Dream Harvest is not subject to the Federal or State Family and Medical Leave Act at this time. However, we do have some leaves that we can use to support you in accordance with state and federal laws. See HR if you need those. Working at Dream Harvest is a privilege. When you work here, you have the freedom and responsibility to leave a positive impact on your community and this industry. Our time on this planet is short. We want to be known for contributing and making our community, our industry, and our planet better places than which we found them. You'll receive the new employee handbook soon. Once you receive it, you'll be asked to acknowledge it after reading it and understanding the contents and the related policies. If you have questions, talk to your manager or HR. Thanks for taking the time to listen to this presentation.
Here you go. There it is. I'm not going to tell you how many times I had to re-record that thing because my dog was barking.
Hi, my name is Natalia Reeland. I'm Dream Harvest's Vice President of Human Resources, and I'm here to present information.
Make her stop. Make her stop. So, all right. Thanks everybody for listening. It's great to see all of you in the room, and I appreciate your attention. I like questions at the end of the meeting, and there's a lot of information that I shared there, and you're going to get a big employee handbook in your email in the next couple of days. It's 60 pages. I really tried to keep it down to what we really needed. So it's pretty dense, and I will be there in May if you want me to sign your copy of the handbook. Happy to go on book tour and sign it off. But I'm going to stop right here and say you've got to have at least 3 questions before I let you out of the room. So I'm going to turn it over to you and say, what would you like to know?
Go ahead.
So it's mentioned about the mileage. So what mileage that we are talking? Because we only have Southeast and a couple of facility, and then what how do you describe that mileage program?
So I appreciate the question. So on mileage, if you're ever driving your own personal vehicle on behalf of the company, if you're running an errand, if someone says you need to go pick up Staples, we're out of Staples, or if someone says you need to go get donuts for a meeting or whatever, you should be claiming miles. So anytime that you're driving on behalf of the company and you're being paid for that time, you're on the clock, and you should be planning miles. And those programs are run by finance and accounting. So if you have questions on those, we can defer you to either Kim or Kate. Thanks for the question.
Mine would be like I'll be like going like a visit like a Whole Food or like on the behalf or like a work position or anything like that. So I'm not gonna get mileage for that as well.
If you're doing it on your own time, just because you're curious and then you're in the neighborhood, no. But if you're doing it as part of your job, you should be planning miles.
I think we should have,
Thank you.
Natalia, I think we should have a discussion with that with Ong and Nathan, because Nathan does do errands for me as well, so, and Matt
Okay.
as well, so we should have a discussion with him about that.
So Wolf will handle your questions on that, but thank you for bringing that up. More questions?
Go ahead, Bree.
I have a question.
Great.
If I'm an hourly employee, do I still have separate sick and vacation time?
I'm glad you asked that question. So no, that's big news for all of you. Up till now, we've had a bank of hours for sick time and a bank of hours for vacation time. Going forward, we're combining it. And I think that's a big win for our hourly team. And the reason for that is if you tend to be a super healthy person and you never get around to using your sick time, now you can use that sick time for your cruise to Cancun or taking naps or going to the movies or whatever you might do. So now we're combining the bank. So for all new hires, what we're doing is saying that they can accrue 120 hours, and that's PTO time, and that you use for whatever reason you have. You don't have to identify these are sick times or these are vacation times. So I think that's a big win. The other change that we have in our holiday schedule is the birthday. Because from a diversity standpoint, some people celebrate holidays that aren't designated holidays, or some people don't want to draw attention to their birthday, or some people might want to use that one birthday on a different time. So maybe your birthday falls on, I don't know, a time of year in the middle of January, and you don't really want to take a birthday holiday that day because you've just taken a bunch of time for Christmas or the end of year, New Year holidays. So that can be a floater. You can take your birthday holiday on your birthday or at another time. Just make sure that you get your manager's approval.
Go ahead.
So I think those are two big wins for the company. Yay!
Yay.
Does the handbook send to our personal email or the Outlook
It
email?
hasn't been sent yet. If
But-
you have a Dream Harvest email, it will be sent to your Dream Harvest email.
Okay.
And then for those who do not, it will be sent to your personal email.
Sure. Okay. Thank you.
And you will get the employee handbook. What I'll try to do is send it to you as a PDF into your email, but you will also get it as a DocuSign document, so you'll have to electronically sign off on it.
Okay.
Any other questions, comments, concerns? So I would say from somebody that's read the handbook 3 times in the last week, make sure you read it.
Please.
There's been a lot of work that went into it, not from Natalia, but the whole team. It is a very great handbook. I'm telling you, I've personally read it 3 times just because it's very good. Make sure you read everything, understand it before you sign it. It'll bring up a lot of questions. The handbook is very lengthy, so give yourself some time. We'll probably give you a month to sign it up to Natalia, but I've suggested a little bit longer time because it is that long. I mean, it took me a full day to read the whole thing. So just make sure you read it and understand it before you sign it. That way, if you have any comments, questions, concerns before you sign it, you're asking those before you sign it. But yeah, enjoy it. To be honest, I enjoyed it.
It's for
weird to say
you.
that, but
It is
It
for
is.
you. It definitely is for you. And because you'll receive it as a PDF, you can highlight, you can make comments using the PDF feature. So I recommend that for sure. Bookmark pages that stand out to you, just because it's also a point of reference as well. So something that you might need to tag, to go back to, or refer to, please do that as well. But as Bree and Wolf mentioned, this is definitely for you so that you can feel comfortable, that you can feel protected when you come to work, and so that expectations are clear and you have no questions with regards to what's expected.
I appreciate the comments. I think the bottom line when I wrote the handbook is I think we want to strike the right balance between what we need at work and what happens in real life. And so it's not a heavy-handed handbook that says you must. employees have to do all these things. What we're trying to do is continue to create that kind of environment of freedom and responsibility. And basically what we're trying to say is, we're all grown-ups here, we're all working here because it's important, we all need jobs, and just make good choices on behalf of yourself and on behalf of the company. And that's kind of the tone I tried to set with the handbook. So if you have feedback on it, I'm really open to hearing about it. Like I said, I'm out here, in the Pacific Northwest, open to messages or phone calls, but then I'll be there on site, I think, in 6 weeks. I'll be there the first week of May. Okay?
Nice.
All right. Thank you all of you for taking the time. Okay?
Thank you.
Take care.
Appreciate you.